welcome to DIVAS Inc. 9th Annual Pretty in Pink Affair 2020. I am your host, Vickie, and this event is a Chooman Production. This year, the Pretty in Pink is different and unique. The pandemic has made it difficult for us to be all together under one roof. Our goal tonight and our purpose is to provide a safe and healthy environment where we can all celebrate our survivors. Though we are still confined, the show must go on. So with that being said, let's get it started. Welcome to DIVAS Inc. 9th Annual Pretty in Pink Affair 2020. So glad to have all you viewing the DIVAS Inc. Pretty in Pink Affair 2020. Here's a question for you guys. How many have had their mammograms or have scheduled your mammogram? The month of October should be your yearly alarm to get your boobies checked. Speaking of boobies, it is time to introduce our guest speakers. We have two awesome speakers for this event, Miss Rochelle Matheny and Miss Angie Money. Both women are phenomenal warriors and breast cancer survivors. They have something to say. Listen up. One of our guest speakers today is Miss Rochelle Matheny. Hi, Rochelle. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Good. Rochelle is a breast cancer survivor. She is the ambassador for educating the community on the importance of breast cancer and early detection. She is the author of When Warriors Talk, God Listens, and hosts a weekly radio show, Warriors Talk. It's your book, I read it, I enjoy it. So let's just talk about your breast cancer journey.
Well, being a single mother of 5 beautiful children, ranging from the ages of 18 to 18 months, being told that you have breast cancer. Not only breast cancer, but triple negative breast cancer, which is an aggressive form of breast cancer and is harder to treat. So I thought about this beast getting ready to wipe me out and leaving my children motherless. So I had to jump into warrior mode to make sure that I win this fight.
Okay. When did you first notice that you had breast cancer? What was your reaction? What were you doing? What was going through your mind?
I was in Vegas, believe it or not, about to have a good time with my friends, and I hopped in the shower, did my monthly exam, and lo and behold, I found a lump.
Wow.
And so I just tried to enjoy myself. When I got back home, I made my appointment. My doctor got me in right away. This was November of 2013. So it was verified that in December that it was breast cancer.
So you've been a breast cancer survivor for over
7 years.
7 years. Through your journeys, what was your hardest part?
My hardest part was my children, breaking the news to my children. I didn't want them to see me looking sick. So I had to ask God to preserve me as I was going through this journey. So I had what they call 2 sets of children, 2 older and then 3 younger children. So I told the 2 oldest ones, but I waited for the younger ones to tell them as I got through the journey. Then I let them in on it. So that was really my hardest part, was breaking the news to them.
Your support groups, who was there for you?
You know what? The support system is so important. My mom, she went to every single one of my chemo appointments because I think she felt that I wasn't going to go. So as long as she showed up, I would show up. And then I solicited friends and family. So every single appointment, I had somebody there to support me.
And I know that you are a believer, but at what point did your faith kind of like go down a notch or two, or did you ever feel that God had left you, or why? I guess the question would be, why me?
And I had that why me moment because I felt like I was a healthy person. I exercised, I ate right. I wasn't a really thick person. So I was, from my weight class, I was where I was supposed to be. Didn't smoke, didn't drink. So I'm like, why is this happening to me? And one night I was having an episode to where I was just crying out to God, like, Lord, like what's going on? Do you hear me? And I started listening to some inspirational music. And then all of a sudden, as I'm crying, the ugly cry, the presence of the Lord came on. And the whole atmosphere of the room changed. And then as I'm talking to him and wiping my tears, and then the next song came on was Let Go and Let God. You can't handle this on your own. And that night, I knew that I was going to be okay because he visited me and let me know that I got you.
Okay. So now, where are you now?
Right now, I am, like you said, an ambassador for cancer. I push out the information weekly, letting everybody know that turn your awareness into action. Don't just be aware of what's going on and look at the color pink, but the information that you hear, take it and take action with it. Talk to your family members about what type of cancer is in your family. Talk to your doctor about when you should be getting screened, and make sure that if you have to take a test to see if you have a hereditary link, then get it done so you know where you stand with cancer.
And let's talk about your book. When Warriors Talk, God Listens. I love that title.
Yeah, so I know that God heard me when I was going through my journey. And that night I had an encounter with God. So that's what the book is about. It's about these authors having an encounter with God that changed the trajectory of their cancer journey. Now, everyone in the book is not a cancer survivor. You do have 2 co-survivors. Well, one lady actually lost her mom to cancer. And the other co-survivor is actually my daughter telling their story.
Yes, I read that, and I thought that was very key part in your support group, having your daughter there with you by your side and actually going through. And a lot of people don't know that when people in their lives do go through things, we become a part of that situation. So it's best that everyone is, so to speak, educated and informed on breast cancer. So in the future, what do you see yourself doing?
In the future, I see myself on a platform still advocating for individuals, empowering them with information to help them choose healthier lifestyle choices before, during, and after a cancer diagnosis.
Now, they call you First Lady Rochelle. Is that a significant meaning behind that?
The meaning behind it is, once I went through my cancer journey, I felt that I was a new person. God restored me, but I wasn't the same person. So I put that lady in front of my name to show that, I was selected by God to spread this message.
Thank you all, and thank you, Rochelle. First Lady Rochelle, because I like that. Thank you for coming out and being a part of Divas Inc. 9th Annual Breast Cancer Awareness Affair 2020. I hope to see more work from you, and I hope to hear from you again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Welcome to Divas Inc. 9th Annual Pretty in Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Affair 2020. I'm here with Miss Angie Money. She is our second guest speaker today. Hey Angie, what's happening, girl? How are you?
I'm blessed.
Angie is the proud owner of Oasis Spa Suites and a blogger of Beauty in Cancer, which has turned into a non-for-profit for women dealing with breast cancer. She is a phenomenal woman and a warrior and a survivor. So let's all listen up to Angie's story. What's going on with you, Angie, today? How's life?
Life is amazing. I was telling my mom, I think everybody should have an instance where they almost have a near-death experience because it makes you appreciate life so much more. I never have any complaints. I don't care what's going on. I'm thankful to be here. That's it.
So let's talk about your almost near-death experience, and that was with your arch enemy, breast cancer.
Absolutely. Breast cancer was very familiar to my family because my grandmother passed away from breast cancer 5 years ago. She had 3 sisters, and 2 of their daughters all passed away. So it was very near and very sensitive situation, and scary because I watched all of them. I was at an age where I could actually watch them fade or die. My grandmother died at home in the living room at hospice, and it was scary.
When were you aware that breast cancer had invaded your body?
It was last year. It was probably July or August. I had just started opening the business, and I was dating a guy, and I'm thankful for him. I felt a lump, but sometimes we get those lumps with our hormones and different things like that. And he's like, I felt something weird when I was touching you, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I care. And so he brought it up, and I said, I felt it too. And I kind of like blew it off a little bit, like it's probably my hormones or something. But then the next month, it was still there. I had got my cycle. It was still there, and it had become painful.
So I have to ask you a question, because I hear a lot of women who have had breast cancer. One of the things that they do is they always like, I just blew it off, or I knew it was there. I knew it was a lump when I first felt it. I knew, but I just, why do you think so many people blow?
Fear, pure fear, especially if you've had anybody near to you die of cancer and you watch it and what it does to people. It's that fear.
But when you want to get that taken care of,
You
it's
do.
like,
But it's you facing you though, and that's why I said it's a whole transformation to be different, because you have to actually, like you said, you have to face yourself. And that's what we don't want to do as women. We don't want to face our insecurities, our pains, our struggles. We just don't. We want to just put on this facade and say, yeah, I'm dying, but
kind of like mask it up.
yeah.
So, Angie, while your business was just beginning to take off and now you're sick, what type of breast cancer were you diagnosed with?
I was stage 3. It was ductal invasive carcinoma, and I was HER2 positive, which means it's estrogen based. So my body produces 3 times the normal estrogen. So because the estrogen, my body was producing so much estrogen, the tumor began to grow faster. My tumor was 4.5 inches when they took it out.
And that's big in the medical field, correct?
Yes. It's at about 5 inches or more, you can be stage 4 and 5, which almost is, what we talked about. They said I was terminally ill.
Now, you have a young daughter. How did you break the news to your daughter?
It was so hard. I knew I had cancer, and me and my daughter have a good relationship where we talk and we share things. And I had become bitter because of that. I was going in the car, sick, the masking thing, don't want to face it. I would go in the car. I had told my doctor I didn't want to take the pain pills because they were making me drowsy. So I had got the prescription for smoking. So I would go in the car and smoke and cry. And then I got to fix my face and come in here and be sick. And I was taking treatments and everything, surgeries, would come home and wouldn't say anything to her. Like it never happened. So it was hurting me because here I am always telling her, share with me. I'm your mother. I'm your friend. I'm your confidant. I'm your everything, right? And I wasn't giving her the same respect. I know how it felt when my grandmother was holding it in for so long. How I felt when she finally said it. And I was doing the same thing. I was making her gonna fear it, because that's what my grandmother did. Wow, it's something so bad that you never would share it, and then when you do, you die. That's the fear that we have, as a culture. And so I did, and I was. And then my mom too, she said, don't tell her. And I did. Now at first I was like, she's graduating, I want her to focus on getting into college and all of these things. But I was hurting both of us because I wasn't even talking to her. I had begun to ignore her. I wouldn't even speak to her. I didn't want her to come in my room. I was isolating myself from her, and it was hurting me. And I was praying, and then I called my mom. I said, I'm finna tell her, I got to, because it's deteriorating our relationship. And I called her in the room and I said it. And she didn't talk to me for 2 days.
Wow.
She didn't talk to me for 2 days. She didn't even look at me. And that hurt.
So, here's another question, but it's like a twofold question. When was your when was your why me? Don't cry because you're going to make me cry
No,
up
it's
here.
fine. These
Okay.
are happy tears, you know
When
that.
was your why me moment? And then when was your, okay, why not me?
I never had a why me moment. And I'm being very honest. I had already was on a good spiritual path with God. And I didn't have a why me moment. I had a, what are you doing to me, God? What are you about to do? Are you going to do something spectacular and amazing? And that's why I keep saying the blog and everything, it's not really just a blog. It's my legacy. I'm leaving here, something that's going to supersede me long after I'm gone. They're going to say, I knew Angie and I knew what she did. And she didn't let the doctors put fear in her. And she took charge of her own life, her own body, the disease. And she defeated it and she battled it without killing herself on the inside, on the outside. And she was happy and she was fun, and she didn't let what was that become her on the outside. She stayed happy, she stayed positive. You would have never known. She was sick and I would still be trying to help other people, and that's what it is. So I never had a why me moment. I said, what are you doing, God moment.
Okay, that's good too. You had your own set of regimen that you followed. You did not take chemo or radiation. You went on the natural,
Holistic approach.
okay, and it seemed like it worked well for you.
It did.
You know, this is the face of cancer.
It is. Cancer can be anything. You know, it doesn't have to be what you see. And that's the platform I want the resources to be there for other women that, you know, you don't have to. And that's why I know they need me, because you have to have thick skin for what I'm about to do. A lot of people have shamed me already for saying the natural approach. You want to kill people. No, I don't. I just want to say, educate yourself. Because the doctors, they don't really heal people. They practice medicine, you know, and you're just a number. You're just a number. You're just a name. And they don't, I was telling my doctor, talking about the vitamins and all this stuff, and she had to look up, and this is when I knew she could not leave me nowhere. She had to look up vitamins to know what they were for. And I said, and I thought about it. They don't teach them vitamins, because why would they? They teach them prescriptions and medicine. And so that's not the way, you know, I wanted to do that. I began to educate myself on breast cancer, what it was, how to reset your body, how to reinvent your whole body, because this is years of beating our body down with what we eat, what we put on our body. And now you have to change all of that.
So what is in the future for the new and improved Angie? Because you're brand new.
I am.
You are a survivor, so that means your old life is gone.
It is.
You are brand. So what's in store for the brand new Angie? What can we look forward to in the future? Because I think we're going to be hearing from you a lot.
You are. Mark my words, here today, you know, God it's so much stuff that I probably haven't even shared. I have started writing a book. I've completed one book, and sometimes God be putting these things in my mind, on my heart, and I just keep jotting down. Then I'll be like, God, stop! You slow down. You're doing too much. And He said, no, I'm not doing enough. So I have so many amazing things. I've already started to advocate if, you know, women want to go this month, and if they're watching and you feel like, okay, I want to get a mammogram, I don't want to share it with my family, call me. My Instagram is oasisspa_Chicago. My Facebook is Angie. Inbox me if I sometimes don't read the message. Send it twice, or call me through the Facebook so I can get it. I'll go with you. I'll support you. We're going to walk in with our heads up, and we're going to walk out the exact same way, no matter the result. And that's what I want to do. I want to put this feeling in women that it's okay and that we can do it.
If you had to say something to educate the next generation on your trials and tribulations, what would that be?
One, I want to say, take care of your body. You only get
I want you to
one.
look in the camera and tell them.
Take care of your body. You only get one. Love on your body. Remember that you are in control, and as long as you have it up here mentally, that's all you need. Because if your mental is living and if it's happy, then everything else will fall in line. But once you begin to poison and kill yourself mentally, then you're headed for destruction. And that's in everything. in the world.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Angie, for being our guest speaker at the Pretty in Pink Affair 2020. Divas love you. You know you're always a part of us. You started with us.
Yes.
The definition of a survivor is a person that survives, remains alive after an occurrence or event. Breast cancer survivors are the most courageous people that I know. Most of them have families, they work jobs, they run businesses, and some may attend school, all while going through the regimen of chemo and radiation without complaining. You talk about a pillar of strength, that's a survivor. This year, the Survivors of Divas Inc. put together a little something for you. Are you ready? Let's do it. guys have enjoyed Divas Inc. Pretty in Pink Affair 2020 thus far. We are at the highlight of the event. For 9 years, Divas Inc. has paid homage to a breast cancer survivor. The survivor has no clue, guys, that they are being honored. Like you, I am excited to see who it is and their response. Selena Hughes is our presenter, and she has something to say. Let's watch.
The Rachel Rankins Pretty in Pink Breast Cancer Survivor Award. Rachel Travis Rankins was born August 4th in 1928 in Rankins County. She lived in Brandon, Mississippi before moving to Chicago, Illinois. Her life was pleasing to herself and others around her. Whenever you saw her, she always had a smile on her face, but she took no mess from anyone. Rachel knew how to be kind and strong with her words. A no-nonsense lady she was. Around 1970, Rachel was diagnosed with breast cancer. 6 years later, she underwent the removal of one of her breasts. She fought a good fight, but in 1978, her fight with breast cancer took over her entire body, and she departed this earth in July of 1982. During her journey years, Rachel never stopped being a pillar in her community and lending a hand to others. She never stopped living. She never stopped caring for her family and her friends. Doing it all, Rachel Rankins never lost courage, affection, or belief. They asked her, "What is true power?" She answered, "True power is living the realization that you are your own healer, hero, and leader. It is when you share your truth with compassion and peace. Your power grows when you make progress in your freedom and wisdom. The powerful do not harm themselves or others. Instead, they use their energy to enrich all that they know with love." The honoree for the Rachel Rankins Pretty in Pink Breast Cancer Survivor Award is an example of true power. Being a leader, being a servant to her family and friends, being a social butterfly who loves life and God's people, being passionate about her work and never wavering, having a beautiful spirit, and most of all, being a phenomenal woman. 2 years ago, her priorities shifted after she located a lump on her left breast and then was diagnosed with breast cancer. There were questions, but her faith in God led her to command healing over her body. Her journey was tracked by her daughter, and with that, she gained so many family, friends, and strangers who prayed, encouraged, and sent gifts of love to her. On last year, she showed her true power by signing her survivor documents, returning to work, mentoring patients who have been diagnosed, striving to check off her bucket list items, and being a trusted companion. She is not just striving, but thriving. Maya Angelou said, "My mission in life is not to merely to strive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." The Rachel Rankins Pretty in Pink 2020 Breast Cancer Survivor Award recipient is Miss Marsha Ballinger.
Okay, guys, we are on our way to present the Rachel Rankins Breast Cancer Awareness Award 2020 to the honoree. She doesn't know we are coming. It's going to be like the publishing house clearance event.
She's going to be so surprised.
Yes, I can't
We
wait.
are on our way.
Do you think she's going to cry?
I think she will.
I think I am too. There.
gonna be this one. So she got a side door. I thought so.
And we're here. We're going to the side door.
We're here, everybody. Miss Marsha is about to receive her gift. We're watching. Oh, be careful. We're here at her house. Don't show her address. And we're about to present the award to Miss Marsha. Watch out. Hi, we're looking for Miss Marsha.
This is Miss Marsha.
Hi, Miss Marsha. I am Vickie from Intellectual Divas. Oh, I'm messing up. I'm here for Divas Inc. And you were nominated to receive the 2020 award for the breast cancer survivor.
Oh my God.
And we're here to present it to you today.
Look at you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. My goodness. What do I do? Oh my goodness.
So on behalf of the Pretty and Pink Breast Cancer Award, the Rachel Rankins Award is an award that we give out to a breast cancer survivor on behalf of our grandmother. And you this year are the recipient of that award.
Yes, you
Well,
are.
thank you.
And this is a
Thank
gift
so
for you
much.
as well.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, ladies. Wow. Well, this is really.
She doesn't know what to
You remember Vickie? She got her mask on.
do. Right, you can. Thank you. And we congratulate you on your survivatory.
Baby, come over here. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
That's
You
Julie.
ladies, come
No, this is not Joe. I'm Selena.
Ladies all out here in the morning. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. You want to come in?
No, it's okay.
No.
Oh, wow. Thank you all so much. I am really outdone. I'm shocked. Oh, wow. Because I know I don't speak until next weekend. I'm having a speaking engagement with something else, but
You had no clue. We know you did.
no clue. None at all. Thank you.
All right, enjoy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
This concludes Divas Inc. 9th Annual Pretty in Pink Affair. We would like to take this time and thank each and every one of you for your continuous support. We hope that you have enjoyed this event. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But before we end, I need you guys to do 3 things for me. 1, get your mammogram if you have not. Do some self-exams when you're in the shower. 2, which is very important, vote. The election is Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. You can early vote. Don't let the long lines affect your voting. Be prepared for the long lines. But in any case, vote. Let's make a difference. Last but not least, the 3rd one. Stay safe, stay healthy, practice social distancing, and please continue to wear your mask during this pandemic. Again, thank you, and I hope to see you all next year.